What's up, free play fiends? Welcome to the channel. Today I'm with Dimitri and Sam, and we're going to be creating our tier list for the new 2025 City Connect jerseys for the MLB. Sit back, relax, enjoy the show.
All right, boys. First team we got is the Angels.
I ended up buying one of those Otanis back in the day.
I think they're clean, but I don't think they deserve A tier. I would put them in B, a high B. I'd put them in a high B. That's just me, though.
Hold on. 1 second. We could take a closer look.
We gotta look at the stitching and everything.
Let's take a closer look. So I really like the color of the jersey, and I like the retro Angels.
Does it have the number patch on the bottom? Fraud jersey.
Yeah, it's a fraud jersey. Get it out of here.
Well, it
Put
is
it away.
Chinese.
Throw it out.
It is Chinese.
Burn it.
It is Chinese.
Burn it.
I do like. This is my favorite part. Like, this part's pretty nice.
Yeah, see, that's just not enough for an A for me.
No.
I'm
You know what? Just
B?
because Sam pulled out a fake jersey, I want to put it C now.
Well, this is a real one, and the quality on this one is actually worse than the Chinese one. Fanatics needs to fix their stuff. But we're going B.
Yeah, let's go B.
I vote B personally.
Yeah, let's go B.
All right.
Next, we have the Brew Crew. I'm actually a big fan of these.
Wait,
I think I would throw them A. I like the colors. I think it's very clean.
yeah, I like this color scheme, but it's kind of not every team needs to be, powder blue.
Hey,
I think these are B.
I'm actually not a fan of these. I'd throw these in like a mid C. I think it's just like, and maybe it's just the picture, but I think it's just kind of slapped on there. I love. I think they could have done something sweet with the navy and gold. I don't like this route. So where we average out to, fellas?
I think B.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
B.
we average to B.
Should we put it below the Angels though?
Okay,
below
yeah,
the
we'll,
Angels.
we'll throw below Angels.
Oh yeah, let's throw it below the Angels. Next, we have the Cubs.
Let me
City
start.
Connect.
Let me start here because I'm the Cubs fan. I think they're mid as hell. I think they're a little better than the Brewers, in my opinion. But I had the Brewers super low. But I would, if I had put the Brewers in C, I would also put the Cubs in C.
Yeah, I don't think they're as nice as the Brewers one, in my opinion. Dude, I'd honestly go D. I think it's very underwhelming for what they could have done with the Cubs jersey.
I don't like them either. So I'm fine with whatever you guys want to do with it. I'd say D or C.
D.
Let's
Take
throw
them
them
to
D.
D. Criminal for a D. If the Brewers are B, but we got a good one coming up.
Yeah, we got the Nationals.
I think this is
I
one of the
thought-
better ones out there.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
fuck with this one.
I'd even put them in S tier just straight off the bat.
I would too. I think
I'm okay with that.
I really like this one, especially the details close up, and I believe the Capitals also dropped a very similar theme jersey with the pink floral
Yeah.
style.
It's hard to pull
yeah.
off pink. It's hard to pull off pink, but they did it here.
This next one, I'm a big fan of. The D-backs. I would also throw this one S tier. I think these are so clean. The color on it's so nice. The lettering with the snake as the S. I just think it's a very nice jersey. I think it's up there with the Nationals.
I think it's pretty good, but it's just like the Angels to me, just a little bit better font. I'll put A tier.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think it's deserving of an S tier. I think really where they shine the best is with that blue and gray, and obviously this is more of that cream. But the font is sick. It's still a great look for a City Connect jersey. So let's throw it right at A.
Yeah, I'm good with that. That's fine. We have the Dodgers blue City Connect jersey.
I hate this jersey. It looks like a set of pajamas. I'd put it ahead of the Cubs, but it's still D tier for me.
Oh, come on.
I would
There's
put it
no
below
character.
the Cubs.
This is just bottom tier. There's just no creativity here. This is worse than the worst candidate.
I think
fine.
I think it's one of the worst ones by far.
That's fine.
There's just no creativity there. It's just all blue. They got two
below
for
the
a reason.
Cubs. Next, we got the Giants.
I think it looks clean. I think this is deserving of a low A or a high B.
I agree. I like the orange. It pops. I just think there's not too much going on, which isn't a bad thing. I still think it's very clean. I like the orange on it. I'm okay with either low A or high B.
I was thinking B, so
Be it.
I don't know what that
Above
averages
the
out to.
Angels or below the Angels?
I'm
I'd put
putting
it
it
below the
below.
Angels.
Below, but above Brewers.
Yeah.
All
Yep.
right, I'm cool with that. All right, next we got Miami. I think this is the nicest City Connect jersey. It pops out so nicely. The red with the blue. It kind of just reminds me of like the Heat Vice jerseys. I think it's a great jersey. I would throw it above the Nationals.
Yeah, I could agree with you there. It's definitely a S tier. If the team was a little bit better, maybe the jersey would be a little bit better, but they can't get better than S. So yeah, let's put it up there.
I'm a little hesitant to throw S on this one, fellas. It is clean. I'm not denying it's definitely an A tier, but I don't think it's super deserving of the S. Obviously, it's super clean. I would throw it above the Diamondbacks for sure in the A category. But since you guys are both going S, let's throw it behind the Washington.
If you guys were to buy a jersey, would you rather buy the Washington jersey or the Miami jersey?
Washington. That thing's
That's
sick.
that's a good point. If you put in that perspective, like
I would buy the Miami jersey over the
I mean,
Washington.
yeah, but like, am I going to like an EDM concert? Like, I want to wear the Miami jersey, but if I'm like going to the game, but if I'm imagining the players in the jersey, it's a different type of aura you're presenting, right? I think the Miami jersey looks better to wear outside of baseball. The Washington jersey looks much better on a player.
All right, so what do you guys want to do? You guys want to throw it above or below the Nationals jersey?
Below.
Yeah, I'll go with below.
So
We'll,
below.
we settle with S tier below.
That's fine. Next, we got the Astros Space City jersey. Sam, what are we thinking?
I like the navy and orange, but I feel like with the whole space theme, they could have done a little bit better. Maybe, I don't know, just a little bit more pop. That being said, it's not a bad jersey. I'd probably probably throw them in the B tier around where the Brewers are at. Maybe above the Brewers, below the Giants.
I think these are S tier jerseys. I think they're clean. I think the font pops. Maybe they could add a little more, but I think this is almost a perfect jersey. I personally would have this above the Miami jersey just because I think it's so clean. Mitri, where's your deciding factor going on this?
I like it more than the Angels jersey, but I don't like it as much as the D-backs jersey. I just think it is a little too plain. I do really like the colors. I wish there was some sort of graphic on it or something, like a rocket ship or something cool. But I think I would throw these in the A tier.
A tier below the Diamondbacks. We agree?
Yeah, you guys want to do below?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Now we got the Red Sox. Davis, kick it off.
I am back and forth on this jersey. I think I do like it just because I like that color scheme. I think they kind of went like I think this is kind of what the Brewers could have done and it would have looked better. So I think it's better than the Brewers jersey. I think it's under the Angels in B tier. So I'm gonna go right above the Giants at B tier. I think it's not super clean, but it's not bad at all.
I'm gonna be honest. I think this is one of the worst jerseys. Like I just think it's very boring. Like I think it's weird that they went with yellow. Like I get it with the green, but I just think it's very boring of a jersey for a City Connect. I do like the hats though. I like the blue on the hats, but I would honestly throw this below the Cubs jerseys. I'm not a fan.
It's somewhere in between what you guys are saying. I'd probably just put them in the C tier. They're not great, but they're not as bad as those ugly ones down in the D tier. Like, I would rather have one of these Boston jerseys than either of those. I think C tier.
Okay.
I was throw it in the C tier. All right, now we got the Rockies. I do think these are very clean. I like the mountain up top. I do like the color of it too. I think it's just a very clean jersey. I think I would have it around where like the Astros are. I think I'd throw it right below the Astros.
Yeah, I could agree with that. You don't often get this nice green color on a jersey. I really like that. It's a unique color that not many teams have really pulled off, and I like the shoulders are kind of questionable to me, but I'm fine with where you place them.
So that would solidify us for low A because I would put them as the highest B. I'd put them right above the Angels. I don't think they're as deserving as an A tier, but they're darn close. So we'll stick them low A for the
Let's
average.
uh, let's throw them low A for now, and then we could come back to it later if we want to move it down.
All right,
I think it's solidified, man. We ranked it.
It's
It's
all right.
it's over.
All right,
hey,
now we got the Royals with
The
Bobby
Warriors.
Witt.
I like these Royals jerseys a lot. I like the blue on blue, and I kind of like what they did with their logo here. It's like what the Cubs should have done with this color scheme.
Took the words out of
And
my mouth.
that being said, I would love to see this jersey high up in the rankings. Probably, I'm putting this on par with the D-backs.
I will step in. I think they are solid. I would put them also as a high B. If I had to compare to the Rockies, I'd say it's probably a little below. This would now be my highest in the B tier. I think it's clean. I think the cuffs on the end of the sleeves are super clean with the belt too. I'd go high B for this one.
I agree with Davis. I think I definitely like it more than the Angels jersey, but I just don't think I like it more than the Colorado jersey. Like I've said before, like I think it's just a little too plain for me. Like the logo's cool, but like besides the logo, there's really not much going on besides the cuffs. I just think in this picture specifically, the undershirt just makes it look a lot nicer.
Good point. That's a good point.
So I think we throw a high B. I think it's better than the Angels.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
fine with that.
highest B.
Number
We'll
number one B
highest
tier.
B it.
All right,
All right.
the Southside White Sox jersey is the best City Connect jersey, and I don't think there's a debate.
Beach.
I agree. I own one of these jerseys, and I
I
think
do
it
too.
is. I do think it is the best City Connect jersey. Um, the hat's really nice too. The pinstripes, the South Side logo, the letter or the number in the bottom left. It's just such a clean jersey. They did such a good job. I would put this above the Nationals.
All right, Cubs fan, bringing it home here for us. If I was a White Sox fan, this would be my go-to jersey for sure. This is a definite S. This is non-bias. This is better than the Nationals jersey. The best City Connect jersey? We'll see. Stay tuned. But it's top of the line for now.
All right, let's put above the Nationals.
All right, sweet.
Yeah, so then the next one we got the what is this? The fucking Colorado Avalanche back in the early days? What are they doing here? I think this is kind of a shitty design. Like I like trying to go simple and add that light blue like we've seen other teams do. I just don't think it's super clean. I'd put this I'd put this in D tier above the blue Dodgers one. I think it's the Cubs one is better.
I don't know if I want to go that low. I think I want to throw this above Boston and C. I do like these a little more than Boston. It's definitely not deserving of B tier. It's very plain. I do like the colors on it though. Yeah, I think I would just throw it in the highest point of C tier right now.
I think I'll lean towards Dimitri here, but I'd put it below Boston.
All right, so
So let's go below Boston.
low Boston.
Uh, Now we got the Rangers. I won't lie, these are clean. The lettering on the Rangers. I know I hate on simplicity before, but the lettering on the Texas with the number on the peck, I think it is pretty dang clean. I think it would be in the B tier. I'd probably put it around Angels Giants area. Maybe below Brewers, honestly. It's not as nice as the Royals, but I think I'd put it somewhere Angels, Giants, Brewers.
I think this would be a high C tier for me. So I'm bringing the average down a little bit.
Do we want to put it below or above Brewers?
I think it's better than the Brewers, so we'll go above the Brewers.
Yeah, between
Okay,
Giants and Brewers.
I'm fine with that.
Padres unis are pretty nice. I'd put them up there. I think these, I wouldn't necessarily wear it, but I think it looks cool on the diamond for the kids, especially get some younger audience watching the games, good for the sport. But I'll put them in a low A tier just for their uniqueness.
I think they stole the Miami Vice vibe right out of Florida and shipped it on a little package and whoop right into San Diego. I still really like it. It's a little wonky. I think it just misses S tier. I would put it at the top of the A tier for me, but you know me, I've always liked those exuberant colors. So I'd go high A.
I think I'd go high A too. I like the colors; they pop. Do I like it more or less than the Diamondbacks or Astros? I think honestly, I think I would choose the Astros jersey over the Padres. So I would throw it in between Astros and Colorado.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I mean, Mariners have always been my second favorite team since what grade was that, Sam?
A long time ago.
Long time ago. Um, However, I really like the top, but I don't fuck with the pants. I'm not the pants guy. I don't like the black. I think a blue or a white or maybe a gold could have looked something crazy. Kind of like what the Twins have with that blue on blue. I'm not a fan of the black. I see what they were trying to do here, maybe more of an old school. However, I do think the top is still relatively clean. I would throw this in like a mid B.
I agree.
Uh, yeah, I like the pitchfork.
I like the hats. I mean, the jerseys are just very plain. The color seems cool, but like David said, the pants don't really fit. I just think it's pretty bland. I think I'm fine with a B tier.
I'm fine with I'm fine with in between maybe the Angels and the Giants.
Yep, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah. We got the Reds jerseys. Honestly, I don't really fuck with them. I like the color scheme black and red. I just think they did a shit job with it. The thing that pops out the most in this picture is the dude's socks and their arm sleeves. Like, how can you have a good jersey when that's the thing that pops out the most? I get what they're trying to go for. I just
No,
don't
you're
think they
so
did a good
right.
job.
I didn't
I
realize
would
that, but
throw
you're
this.
so right.
I'd take it over the Cubs jersey, honestly. I'm going to throw it high D.
Yeah, they swung and missed with this one. I'll put it down in the D tier. Yeah, above the Cubs.
I think I'd have it as a mid C, so we will still throw it high D. And I will continue with the Baltimore Edgar Allan Orioles. I actually really like this look. Definitely a little, it's something a little new. I think it's a little zesty. It's clean. It pops a little bit with that black on black. I think this is definitely better than the Reds jersey. I'd put this at like a mid B.
I really like the colors they incorporated as well. I would have this at the lowest A tier.
Really?
Beach, bring
Yeah.
it in.
Dude, honestly, I think I'm slapping this right below the Braves. Like, it's nice, it's clean, but like if they took away Baltimore, you wouldn't have any idea it's the Orioles. Like you, I just think it's a very basic jersey. It's just a black jersey with Baltimore. I mean, the sleeves are kind of cool, but besides that, I'm not really fucking with them. So I think I would personally put them low C.
All right, we're at mid
So
B. Where we want
B,
it.
lowest B.
Lowest B?
What'd you say?
Doesn't average out. I had a mid B. You had him low
Oh,
A.
all right. Let's put them in between the Rangers and the Giants. What do you
Yeah, I'm
think
fine
about
with that.
that?
Okay.
Next up, probably one of the worst City Connect jerseys that you could possibly imagine. These Pittsburgh Pirates. It looks like a kid accidentally made these on like a video game, and then somehow they accepted it. This is the worst jersey we've seen yet.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
This is
what
just
does that say?
terrible.
What does that say? Pug, pug,
PGH. No one
pug,
who abbreviates Pittsburgh PGH.
pug. All
All
right,
right, should we just throw this below the Dodgers?
yeah, we'll make
Yeah,
this one quick and
Yeah,
easy.
yeah. Philly. I like the fade from the dark blue to the light blue up top. It's a little messy though. I'm gonna be honest, a little messy. I just think like looking at others' jerseys, like the Angels, I think those just look a lot cleaner. I think I'd honestly put it somewhere around where Baltimore is.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. Maybe I don't really have much to say about this jersey. Don't like it, don't hate it, you know.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I'd throw it right above the Brew Clue, a low B.
I'm fine with that.
The Mets, are they trying to look like the Yankees or something? This looks like a copycat uniform. I kind of like it, but I don't know why they decided to make a Yankees jersey. So I'll put them at C tier, top of the C tier.
I'm gonna follow up with that. In case you guys didn't notice, there was a cut in the video. Sam just had a bad mood swing after UC Irvine just missed the layup for the NIT championship. Let's say it was a big parlay. Anyways, the Mets jersey, I mean, compared to where we have the other jerseys right now, like I think it's better than the Brew Crew. I think I'd put it right above the Brew Crew at low B.
I like that. I agree.
I think it's still like clean.
I
I
like the
like the
vintage
hat.
look.
Dude, our B tier is huge though. We have so many teams in B tier. Like they
Yeah,
can't all
that,
be
that
B
makes
tier.
sense. That makes sense.
All
Mid.
right,
It's balancing out.
all right, all
Oh,
right.
we got the Rays. The Tampa Bay Rays. I kind of compare these to the Philly jerseys where they're kind of clean, but they're a little messy. I do like the neon. I have no clue where Davis went, but I do like the neon. And honestly, I think they're a C tier jersey.
Yeah, the neon's pretty cool, but like I can't tell how much of that is just because of the background of this picture. I'll put them at the top of the C tier.
I like these ones. I remember when they first dropped, they had that weird like skateboard. They definitely tried something new with the neon as a complement to the dark, smoky gray. I'm a fan of it. Personally, I would put it as a low A, but seeing your guys' results, not adapting to the future of what jerseys are going to look like, old heads, unks, we'll go low B.
So I think we could put them above or below Philly.
I'd say go above the Mets,
Yeah, I'm cool with
personally.
that. Yeah.
All right.
Sorry, Sam. Another one in the B tier. It's getting
Uh,
thick.
yeah, it's a big B tier.
B's got to get. All right. Next, we got the Tigers. They go with that Motor City look again, like a lot of these Detroit teams are doing. I see the gradient around the buttons. I don't know if I'm a big fan of the hat. It's okay. I would put this as a high C. Orange.
It's just another one of those
See what you
mid
did there.
jerseys for me. Just super mid. Could have been better. They should have maybe threw a stripe of orange in there somewhere. Something. Yeah, I'll put them in the low C tier. The lowest C tier we got.
Beach.
Yeah, I also find them very boring. I just don't think they're very original just because basically all of Detroit have used that type of jersey. I'm fine with low C tier, high D tier.
All right. Low C
Okay.
it is behind the Braves.
Yep.
The Clee, I'm not a fan, honestly. I think it's very boring. I like the sleeve. You know, the sleeve's kind of cool with it looks like there's like a little red and white on it, which is pretty nice. But I just think it's a pretty boring jersey. The white pants go well with it. It just looks like an average baseball jersey to me, which isn't a bad thing, but it's not a good thing. I think I'd also throw it in the C tier.
I think this jersey's really bad. It's on the same par as the Pittsburgh with me. It's just like another one of those just put together, like, oh, we need a City Connect jersey due by tomorrow. Yeah, let's put this out. I don't like it at all. I'll put it in the D tier.
D. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with these just fat abbreviations right in the middle of the jersey. What just Clee? Washington at least, did it right. So I'm with you guys there. I think I like it a little better than the Motor City jerseys, to be honest, but I'll go low C.
Do we want to go the highest D or lowest C?
Highest D.
The Blue Jays, I kind of like this one. It's original. It's got the city in the back. It's like it's actually a City Connect jersey. Like puts the city in City Connect. The color scheme's nice. I like the red accents, the red Under Armour looks nice with it. If I had to put this on the tier list, let me see. I'd probably, you guys might not agree with me, but I might put this up pretty high. This might go in between the Padres and the Rockies for me in the A tier.
Honestly, I had it right below the Rockies. I think it's definitely deserving of A tier or the highest B, but I do think that with the color scheme and the skyline, I do find it a lot nicer than the B jersey. So I think I'm leaning more towards low A.
Yeah, I think this is what the Cubs should have fucking done. They have a much nicer skyline than fucking Wangguan Delilah. So I'm right. I'll put it in A for sure. I would put it above the Rockies, to be honest. Where do we want it?
Yeah,
That's where I
let's do
put it.
above the Rockies. All right, next we got the Lou.
Oh, let me tell you something about the Lou. It's terrible. What do they do? The Lou? Lou who? Cindy Lou who? Who? Because who gives a fuck? These jerseys fucking suck. Yes, I'm a Cubs fan. I hate the Cardinals. But it's like they didn't really do anything new. And they just changed it to the Lou, and the hat is fucking dog shit. I'd put this in D. I'm sorry.
I agree. I think it's worse than the Cubs one. I think it's a little better than the Dodgers, but I think it's worse than the Cubs. That's where I would put it.
I actually don't hate this jersey. The hat, yeah, it's terrible, but the jersey itself, I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I mean, I think they hit the nail on the head here. This is a high rating for me. This is going up into the A tier.
That's crazy.
That is
It's a
fucking
good
crazy.
jersey.
That's
That
It's
crazy.
a
is
good jersey.
that's crazy. All right. So we are sitting at an average of a low B with this. Where do we
That's
want
fine.
it from there?
We can put it as in lowest B tier. That's fine.
Lowest B? Okay. All
All
right.
right,
Crazy variance there.
we got Minnesota. I fuck with these. I won't lie. I fuck with them. With the yellow belt, the yellow belt's just a clean look. It matches the star right above the M and the N. I really fuck with the blue they got going on there. Honestly, I think I'm leaning A. I don't know where in A, but I'm leaning A.
I would agree with you, actually. I think the colors just complement it well. I like that design texture in the jerseys. Yeah, the yellow accent. You got the North Star right there. I think this is kind of similar to the Toronto jersey. So I'd put it either right above or below the Toronto jersey, an A for me. I think it's clean, slick. They don't do anything crazy with the letters of the city. I think it's nice.
I think this is what the Mariners should have done with their pants. Like if they did that, it would have been a good jersey. So yeah, I'll put this in the bottom of the A tier.
Bottom A, Meech, where we want it?
I'm thinking
Above?
right below Toronto.
Okay.
Ooh, actually, maybe right above Toronto.
I think below
Let's
Toronto's
make a
good.
vote. Sam, you taking Toronto or you taking
I would
Minnesota?
actually I would actually put it below the Rockies. I think it's the lowest of the A tier.
All right,
Davis?
so we're in the middle then. So I have it right at Toronto, pretty much. If you go above, we're right in the middle of Colorado and Toronto with this one.
All right.
All right.
All right, next we got the white LA jerseys. Sam, kick it off.
They're trying something new with the numbers, which is all right, but these jerseys are not great at all. I'm putting these right around between Motor City and the Braves, the C tier.
I think this jersey is a mix of the Clippers and if Landon Donovan spit on him. That's what I get. Jersey. I don't know. I don't really know. I don't know if I like the last name below the zero in front of a single digit number. Maybe it's the future. I'm just not buying it yet. I'm right there with you. I'd probably put it above the Braves and see.
Yeah, I'm cool with that. Not a fan. Second Stros. I kind of wish they went with the same colorway as the Space City. Maybe they went orange Stros with the orange star and then just with that blue still. I just don't really know if I like the white. I just don't think it pops out enough, and I think it's pretty basic, but I do like it. But I think it's a very mid jersey, so I would probably throw it right around Baltimore, Giants area.
I don't hate this one. I don't love it either. I mean, it's better than the Mariners jersey, but it's probably not. I mean, it's like the same as I'm putting it right in the Giants level, B tier, right in the middle of B tier.
Right in the B. I really
Yeah.
like the hat on this one. Meech, I also agree with you. If they did this with the navy blue, I think it could really pop
Yeah.
and just mix around the colors because that shooting star logo on Altuve's left nipple looks great. So I like this jersey. I just in love with the navy and orange, coming from Chicago Bearland. So I would put it low A. Personally, I'd have it kind of right where Toronto and Minnesota is. You guys are going B, so we'll go high B on this one. Does it beat the Royals or the Angels?
I don't think
I mean,
so.
I don't think so either. Probably like
I'd be
maybe
fine
like
with throwing it above the Mariners.
yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Okay, I like that.
These Washington ones, I'm gonna be honest, they're all right. I like the color. That's about it. I like what they did with the D and the C, I guess. Very underwhelming. I kind of want to just throw this. Where would I throw this? Right by the Mets.
That's
I
exactly
think
what I
I'd
was
throw like
thinking.
right below the Brew Crew and right above St. Louis.
You guys are locked in on that for low B?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's just like an old Padres logo or an old Padres uniform.
yeah, the more I look at it, I think they only fucked up with the DC. I really like the colorway and the gray lines in the shirt.
Yeah.
I think they started off hot and then I don't know, they definitely went for the basic look. I think it had potential. I'd put it like mid B. Like personally, I would put it probably right where the Rangers are at. So let's put it above the Mets
I'm cool with that.
at a low
Okay.
B.
All right, for this last one, the Giants. I'm actually a big fan of this jersey. I like how they just threw the purple in there for no reason. This just reminds me of like a summer night watching some balls go into the cove. I would probably wear this jersey. This thing's kind of sick, honestly. I'm putting this might be controversial, but I'm putting this potentially right above the Diamondbacks in that tier.
Meach
I really
counter.
like this one.
I actually do really like these two. I really like the font. It kind of reminds me of those Brooklyn Nets jerseys, like with the type of font they used. I like the font. I like the color with the orange and the purple. I don't know if I would go where the Diamondbacks are, but I think I would throw it above the Padres. Yeah, maybe right above the Padres, maybe even the Astros. Honestly, I'm fine with a high A. I just think it deserves to be in the A somewhere. I think these are very clean.
Yeah, I wish I could see the pants or the hat to go along with it because this definitely has complementary color potential here. It's unfortunate that this photo was taken at DH Gate headquarters on a fucking hanger, but I'm right with you there. I get the summer night vibe, the purple accent. They just said fuck it, and it works. It looks good, and I'm right there with you guys. The A, I would put it right. I'd probably put it right above Toronto. So that puts us right. So it puts us right behind, right at Houston, above or below Space City.
I think it's better.
I would go below.
Below. All right, so we're right below Space City.
All right.
All right, the tier list is finished. Guys, do you have any thoughts, any snubs, anything that should be higher, lower, criminally underrated, overrated?
Now I'm looking at it. I do think Mariners should be lower.
I think the Giants should be lower too. I don't really like that jersey that much.
Yeah, no, I kind of agree with you. I think it should be a little lower. I
Like
think the
that thing.
Rangers should be a little higher too. I think like now I'm looking at it like compared to the other stuff around it. I think I'd have the Rangers right below that Astros in B tier, and then
Yeah,
maybe flip with the Mariners. Maybe put the Mariners lower over
I think we
there.
should flip the Mariners. I don't even know. There's so much that could be changed here.
I also think the Brew Crew is nicer than like the DC, Philly, Tampa
Yeah, we could
jerseys.
switch the Mariners and the Brewers.
I also think we did do the Cubs a little bogus now that I keep looking at it. With all these three letters and the basic Dodgers and the black jerseys you can't even see the lettering of. I think I would throw Cubs in low C.
Guys, I had a blast. Any thoughts on what we should do for the next video? Another tier ranking video? Maybe I saw an idea for the baseball NFL. They combined, they put baseball jerseys on NFL players for the same city. That was a good idea. We can do a different type of tier list. We can do, I know we got a Jeopardy possibly in the works. More content to come, absolutely. But if anyone is a big fan of the channel and has happened to watch the full duration of the video, comment below on what you'd like to maybe see next. But for now, Free Play Media